division is the Texans, and the Texans made the mistake of drafting a quarterback from Ohio State who never been out in the league. So I'm curious your thoughts on how do you think the Texans are going to do this year, Mike?
I think, Josh, you're kidding a little bit because, people bring that up all the time. You can't draft a Penn State running back because look at this guy. And then, along comes Saquon Barkley or Larry Johnson, right? I mean, the mold gets broken. So as far as C.J. Stroud, where he went, I mean, you watch that college playoff game against Georgia and you're like, man, this guy is, it's surprising in some regard that he didn't go number one overall. But to me, the more surprising move is all the draft capital they gave up to get Will Anderson with the number 3 pick. And I thought it was an overpay, quite frankly. I mean, he's going to have to turn out to be TJ Watt to be worth what they gave up. I just don't think the Texans right now have the roster. But again, head-to-head versus the Jags, they've been a thorn in this franchise's side, no matter how good the teams have been in any given year. So I'm not discounting that they can give Jacksonville a problem in any given week, but I am discounting that there will be a serious playoff contender in 2023.
I'll chime in here just for a second and just say, obviously, Josh, I know you're joking, but I know some people, even Colin Cowherd has talked about C.J. Stroud coming from Ohio State. And then, you always have to think about, they said the same thing about Texas Tech and they got Patrick Mahomes. Same thing about Wisconsin. You got Josh Allen. You got to evaluate the talent, not the school. And, you have Ryan Day that just came into Ohio State. So you really can't judge Ohio State quarterbacks really because it's basically under new management. So I agree, though, with you, Mike, that I don't consider us to be serious playoff contenders this year. But I would say that if there was one team that I think the Jags should be worried about, I would actually say the Texans. And I'm not to be a homer, but I do think that I can't remember another team that has actually made the amount of changes that the Texans have made in one offseason: quarterback, pass rusher, head coach, OC, and not to mention the other position groups. So, I don't think there really hasn't been another team that has made such a vast difference, both on the field and as well as the coaching staff in one offseason. So do I think that we're a playoff threat? No, but I think we're getting close. And I think in 2024 is when you're going to see us really be contenders in the division.
Yeah, the only real game last year we got blown out, of course, was by the Jaguars. Was it 31-3 was the final score?
31-3.
Or something like that. So my thing is scheming fixes everything. And the Bobby Slowick and D'Amico Ryan scheme fixes a lot of problems that Pep Hamilton and Lovie Smith caused. So I think it's going to be a lot closer, but I can only see maybe 6 to 7 wins. But I do think we split with everybody except the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars gets our number this year.
Yeah, I mean, look, Texans have a long way to climb up from, earning one of the top 3 picks in the draft and selecting twice. They added a lot. There's no question about it. But, you talk about teams turning it over like that. I mean, every time you get a new head coach, you get new coordinators, and if you are in position, look 2 years ago. I don't want to wish this on you. I mean, because we like the quarterback we got, but the Jags had a new head coach, whole new staff, new quarterback. That didn't work out so well. So keep D'Amico Ryans out of the bars in Cincinnati.
Hopefully D'Amico Ryans don't kick. Hopefully D'Amico Ryans don't kick Fairbairn, and we'd be all right.
That's funny, man. All right, so